and welcome back everyone to the Food Entrepreneur Spotlight Series. My name is Anna Sheena Walsh. I'm your host and also the head of growth at Castiron. I am here with Emily Jacobs of Fancy Snacks Charcuterie, and I am so excited for you all to meet her and hear a little bit about her story. So with that, Emily, why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself and your business?
Hi, thank you so much for having me. My name is Emily Jacobs. I am the owner of Fancy Snacks Charcuterie. My business started as kind of a pandemic hobby with me making snack boards for my kids to kind of keep us entertained while we were, shut down inside, and it snowballed into this incredible business. And I actually just left my career after about 10 years to do this full time, which I'm really happy and excited about.
Well, congratulations. That's amazing.
Thanks.
Good transition maybe into a little bit about the beginning of your business. So I know you said it started in the pandemic, but how did you transition from hobby to business? How did you get your first customer? What did that look like?
So I started, like I said, during the pandemic, right? I actually did morning radio for about 10 years. So when the world shut down, I was doing my radio show, like from my closet at home. And I had 3 small toddlers running around screaming, and it was stressful. We were all together 24/7. So during lunchtime, we started making just little snack boards. I felt like we were eating Kraft macaroni and cheese and like chicken nuggets every single day for lunch. So I wanted to kind of switch it up. So I started, just, preparing more fruits and vegetables and meats and cheeses and cutting them into fancy shapes and all that stuff. And my kids loved them. My son actually started calling them fancy snacks. So every day for lunch, he would say, "Can you make us a fancy snack board?" Which is obviously how I got my business name. So I always kind of give him credit. I say I'm the owner and I say he's the CEO because he kind of came up with the name. So, I posted a couple pictures on Facebook, and before I knew it, I had family members and family friends and friends of friends, and then strangers, asking me to make them snack boards for their socially distant gatherings or their parties or, their fancy lunchtime. And so it just kind of grew, pretty organically with the power of social media until eventually I decided to officially get licensed, certified, and, form my business legally.
I love it. I love it. And Can you tell the audience a little bit about where you're located? Do you sell locally? What does that look like?
So I'm just based in southeastern Wisconsin. I get a lot of messages asking if I can ship outside of state, and I hope to someday, but right now, like the logistics of it are just not great. It's almost more to ship a charcuterie board and keep it temperature controlled and keep it intact. It almost would cost more to do that than it would for the actual board itself. So right now I'm just local to southeastern Wisconsin and northern Illinois. I'm kind of right in between Milwaukee and Chicago. So, I've gone as far as Chicago, which is about an hour for orders, and Milwaukee, which is about an hour for orders. But that's kind of my central location is right there.
Okay, well, I know you said it grew organically, but in those, when you went from your first customer to maybe your first 10, 50, is there anything you did to help stoke that fire? What did that growth look like? Like, how would you recommend people foster that flywheel of word of mouth?
So honestly, just by being yourself, social media was huge for me. I don't know that I know I wouldn't have a business without social media. Just from people sharing photos. So photography for my business is really big. I try and take really pretty pictures of what I do. That's just kind of how my business has grown. So by taking those pictures and being relatable and posting organically, that has just kind of grown my business to where someone ordered a board for their family party, and they work for kind of a big company in my area. And so she passed along my information to her boss. And now I work with a lot of bigger companies in my area. So it's all been very natural. And just by making your customers your friends and doing things really organically, like I've never paid for advertising. Everything's just kind of happened so naturally for me. And I think I attribute that to just me being myself and just becoming, forming these relationships with my customers.
Yeah, I love that. And that is so important. I think sometimes underestimated.
Yeah.
And I think, and even that's a good segue into the next question, which is, especially with, I would say, snack boards, it is something that a lot of people dream of as a business because it kind of like marries craft and art and food in a really fun way. Yep. So what advice would you have for our audience if maybe they're just starting out or they want to get started?
So obviously the biggest thing is to make sure you're doing it legally. Most states don't allow, meat and cheese to be prepared in home kitchen, which is what I was doing for my family and friends. So I guess my first advice is to just, contact your local health department, make sure you have all your ducks in a row as far as being, food safety certified, get your retail food license, and just start sharing photos. Something that I thought I would do in the beginning before it just kind of blew up organically was, I work with a lot of realtors. They like to get charcuterie boards for their clients or for someone that's just bought a home as like a welcome home type present. So dropping off samples at offices like that. Realtors are big. Dentist offices are huge. They order stuff for their referring clients a lot. So just a lot of networking locally is my biggest thing, because like I said, I stay local to Southeastern Wisconsin. So I'm not looking to sell things nationwide. So I just like to do a lot of local networking. I connect with a lot of other local female-owned businesses, and just kind of making myself known in the community.
Yeah, that's so smart. I think the realtor, the dentist,
Yeah.
just when you were sitting at home thinking about stuff, like what even pointed you to focus on those areas?
Well, I didn't. I mean, to be honest with you, I had a realtor. She's more of just kind of a mutual friend, reach out to me, and she wanted to get a board for one of her clients. And I was like, oh, this is kind of a gold mine. There's hundreds of realtors in my city that this could be huge for them. So my thought was to kind of branch out in that department, but then it just kind of happened organically. I posted the photo of the welcome home charcuterie board all dressed up with the snacks on it. And within 24 hours, I had like a dozen realtors reaching out to me to place similar orders. So it really just happened very, very naturally. And then a dentist office saw it and they thought this would be great for our referring offices. Can we do this as a thank you gift around the holidays? So, I mean, it's December 1st today, and my December is booked with realtors, dentist office, all these businesses that want to send them out for holiday gifts. So it just happened really organically. So if someone were to put in the initiative to even go out and branch out more, it could be even bigger, but it's just me right now. I haven't hired anyone yet. It's just me doing this business. So I haven't branched out yet, but that's just the best way, in my opinion, networking locally like that.
Yeah, super smart. I think it's great.
Thanks.
I love it. Okay. And before we get to the lightning round, is there anything else you'd like to share with the audience in terms of things that you think people should know?
Being a business owner is really hard. So I left my career thinking like, I'm going to be my own boss and it's just going to be so much easier, but it's not. It's really hard, but it's just the most rewarding thing I've ever done. I love it so much. Castiron has been a huge part in that. They've helped me really kind of keep my orders organized and connect with my customers in a way that I wasn't doing before. And that's pretty much it. I feel very grateful for what this has become over the past year. And I think that I had no experience in business or food or anything. It just kind of has happened organically. So if I can do it, I feel like anyone can do it.
I love it. I love it. Okay. Well, that's great advice. I think especially some of the tactical stuff about how to network in your community is so valuable. And I think maybe some people don't know where to start. So I love those ideas. And I think now we can move on to the lightning round. Okay. So basically in the lightning round, I'll ask questions, give us some 1-word, 1-sentence answers. First thing that comes to your head, meant to be ready. Cool. Okay. What is your favorite resource to learn about how to grow your business?
Probably Instagram.
Okay.
Instagram
Do you follow anything specifically?
Just posting Instagram reels. I follow a lot of creators on Instagram. Sorry, okay. This is only supposed to be 1 second, but posting Instagram reels has been huge for my business. It's really grown my social media presence.
Okay. Love it. Great. Who is someone that you admire either in business or in life?
Oh gosh, probably my mom. She's the best. She's been, a boss her whole life, and now she's retired. And since then I've made her get food safety certified so that she can cube cheese with me for really, really big orders. So she's just the best. I admire her so much.
Oh, I love it. Okay. What are you most proud of either in life or in your business?
Probably just how far I've come. I mean, I kind of was just this clueless 20-something-year-old girl. It feels like not so long ago. And now I feel like I'm a business owner and I'm a mom, and I just kind of, it's chaotic, but I feel just really proud at how far I've come and how I'm able to kind of balance that work, family, that balance. I keep a good balance, I think.
I love it. I love it. Okay. And last question, it is share the love question. Is there another food entrepreneur, cast iron affiliated or not, that you would like to spotlight and you think should be on this video series?
Okay, well, I think she already was because she's like my business bestie, but I'm going to plug her anyway because I love her, and that's Leah from Yaya's Sweet Treats. She's also in Kenosha where I live. We've collaborated a lot, but I love working with other female-owned businesses, and she is the best one, I think.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Maybe I'll bring you all on together so we can talk about the collab.
Yes,
super cool.
We're on tour together right now doing charcuterie and cookie workshops. So yeah, she's the best.
Oh, I love that. I love it. Okay. And last thing, can you tell the audience where to find you?
FancySnackBoards.com. I don't make people spell charcuterie because no one can. So FancySnackBoards.com, or if you search Fancy Snack Boards or Fancy Snack Charcuterie on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, you should be able to find me.
Awesome. Okay. Well, follow along, and thank you so much for joining us, Emily. This has been so awesome. We're so excited to have you, and I know the audience learned a lot, and so did I.
Thanks for having me. It was really great meeting you.
Great to meet you too.